I'm Jerry the Snake Man, and welcome to a special edition of Snake Clips. Today we're going to talk about alternative methods to feeding snakes. We're going to show you how to tube feed, we're going to show you how to force feed, we're going to show you feeding frozen thawed, and we're also going to show you feeding raw chicken. I prefer not to feed live, and I don't do it unless I absolutely have to by a snake that refuses to eat anything else. These methods that I'm going to show you, I've been doing over the past 33 years, and they've all proven to develop well-nourished snakes. My snakes grow and live long, healthy, happy lives, and I've fed snakes from babies all the way up to the day that they die, the same methods. These methods have been used by many people in pioneering the reptile industry, such as Kathy Love, who is a guru for corn snakes, and also by William Hask, who is one of the main people who came through and started doing venom extractions to develop anti-venoms. He started the Miami Serpentarium. We lost him a couple years ago, but he died at over the age of 100. And he was an avid feeder on tube feeding. After he would milk a venomous snake, he would tube feed it. So I just want you to know these methods are not off the wall. They're not something that's new. They're something that's been around for quite a long time, and I personally have tested them over the past 33 years. So I hope you stay tuned and watch this episode. One of the ways you can feed a snake that's not eating on his own is to actually tube feed it. Tube feeding is when I have this syringe here full of a special mixture of its ground turkey, eggs, vitamins, and water. And what I do is I simply will take this tube and I will open the snake's mouth. I will gently insert it into the snake, pushing it all the way down into his throat. And then I will slowly administer the proper amount of food that I want to put into him, which for this particular Amazon tree boa, we're putting in 30 cc's of food. Once I have the food put into him, then I simply unravel him a little bit. Being he's a tree snake, he likes to wrap himself up. I'll unravel him. I will hold from here, help the food all the way down into his stomach, and I will slide out the tube and take him back and put him back into his cage. Another alternative to get a snake that is not eating to eat and to put some food into their stomach is to force feed them. With this ball python, what I'm going to do is I'm going to restrain him behind his head. I'm going to take what I have here already, which I've made up. It's a kitchen spatula, which is held by a piece of wood. I'll simply slide open his mouth with it. He'll fight a little bit. I'm going to take the rodent, a mouse that's been thawed out, and I'm going to slowly put it into his throat. And I'll take something with a blunt end, like these forceps, and I will maneuver this slowly down into his throat. You got to be very, very careful when doing this. It's not something you want to do unless somebody's actually taught you, because you don't want to hurt the snake. They will tighten up their throat muscles while you try to do this. But as you see, once I have the mouse's head basically into his throat here, I simply will push very, very slowly, making sure not to hurt the snake, maneuvering side to side to make sure that I get the legs and everything down in there without hurting the snake. And I will simply push the rodent as far down into the snake's throat as possible with the forceps. They're very blunt ended, so I can't hurt the snake. And now it goes all the way down into the snake's throat. I'll pull the forceps out, and then I will massage right here where the mouse is. I'll slowly massage the mouse down toward the snake's stomach, very carefully, trying not to make sure that I don't injure the snake in any way. I get the mouse far enough down here that the snake will keep it in and he won't throw it up. Then I'll simply take the snake and put him back. And some snakes eat what we call frozen thawed, and this is a frozen thawed mouse. What I'm going to do, I'm going to offer it to this prairie rattlesnake. Now sometimes the snake will strike at the mouse. He'll actually bite it again, try to kill it. Other times he's not going to do that. Sometimes he'll just smell it. But many times I just lay it down into his enclosure like that, shut him back up again, and I simply wait for him to eat it. I'm going to do those. I'm going to lock his enclosure back up, and now we'll just simply wait for him to go over and eat that on his own. And now we'll see how an anaconda takes a frozen thawed rat. First we gotta let him know that he's here. He likes to be in his water bowl. So we gotta let him know the rat is here. He senses that the rat's here. He's smelling it now. And as you can see, he grabs it. Now he's constricting it. And we're just going to walk away and allow him to eat in peace now. I normally don't feed outside their enclosures, but for the sake of the video I'm showing you I'm feeding him in here. Also, this is a white-sided rat snake. He ate a couple days ago, so hopefully he's going to be interested. I'm offering him a piece of raw chicken. He usually likes it. He takes it readily. It's an alternative to having to feed your snakes constantly mice and rats. Hopefully he'll take it. It looks like he's getting interested into it. And yep, there he goes. He's taking it from me. I use this not to give them it every time when they eat, but you don't always have to have mice and rats. They will eat chicken. I have given him chicken wings, the winglets. He'll eat them raw, obviously. You want to feed them raw. And he'll go back down, he'll grab that where you can get a better grip on it. And he will get it down. He'll swallow it. It's simply an alternative to having to feed mice and rats that are very expensive when chicken is very cheap. Again, I don't feed it to him every time, but I do give it to him. This is actually a piece of chicken breast that I cut up into strips. They'll also eat it with the bones, with the chicken wings. They'll eat the bones and all. I can also take it if I want to, and I can add vitamins, and slice it up a little bit, and I can add vitamins and calcium into the food so that he'll get a complete nutritious diet out of it.